On November 26, 1922, a sealed doorway was breached in Egypt's Valley of the Kings. Nothing exploded, nothing screamed, nothing collapsed. That was the mistake, because danger does not announce itself. It waits until it is allowed. A hole was cut into the door, and air escaped. Air that had not moved in more than 3,000 years. Air that had memorized silence. Air that had learned how to wait. It was not empty. It carried rot, spores, ritual, breath that had last touched the lungs of the dead. And something else followed it. A sentence, not carved, not written, remembered. Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king. You are breathing now. That means the breach worked. The king history erased. Tutankhamun ruled Egypt briefly. He was young, physically weak, politically insignificant. History usually destroys kings like that. Most pharaohs built monuments to intimidate time itself. Tutankhamun never had the chance. His tomb was small, cramped, rushed, and because of that, it survived. Other royal tombs were stripped bare within decades, gold torn away, bodies shattered, names erased deliberately. Tutankhamun was buried beneath rubble, collapsed corridors, and forgotten worker huts. History walked over him. For more than 3,000 years, nothing entered his sealed chambers. No sound, no light, no breath, until curiosity found the steps. Howard Carter reached the door and stopped, not because of fear, because he understood. Ancient Egyptians did not believe tombs were graves. They believed they were systems, closed environments, calibrated spaces, machines designed to keep eternity sealed. Break the seal, and you don't enter history. You disrupt it. The air that should have remained dead. Howard Carter cut a small hole into the doorway. Darkness pressed back. Not empty darkness, heavy darkness, the kind that swallows sound. Lord Carnarvon stood behind him. Can you see anything? Carter hesitated. Yes, wonderful things. Gold, statues, beds shaped like animals, chariots frozen mid-journey, and then the air moved. It rushed outward, into lungs, into mouths, into blood. Air filled with decay, with bacteria sealed for millennia, with belief that had never died, only waited. Nothing happened that day. No collapse, no warning, no curse, because ancient consequences were never immediate. They preferred precision. The first sign. 6 weeks later, Lord Carnarvon was dead, not stabbed, not poisoned, bitten, a mosquito, a tiny wound on his cheek, infected while shaving. Blood poisoning followed, slow, ordinary, unremarkable, until the moment he died. At that exact second, Cairo went dark. Across the sea in England, his dog let out a single howl and collapsed dead. Doctors examined Carnarvon's body. The infected bite sat exactly where Tutankhamun's mummy bore a dark wound on its face. That detail spread faster than evidence. The newspapers did not investigate. They declared the curse had begun, and once spoken, it could not be withdrawn. When death stopped rushing, after Carnarvon, death did not hurry. It watched. An Egyptologist studying the artifacts began waking with pressure on his chest. He wrote that the room felt crowded, that sleep had become impossible. Weeks later, he locked himself inside. No struggle was heard. When the door was opened, he was dead. Howard Carter's secretary was found in his bed. No wounds, no poison, no explanation. Only hands clenched so tightly his nails had cut into his skin. His father later stepped out of a window. No note. Others followed quietly. A fever overnight. A heart that failed without warning. A mind that unraveled with no diagnosis. Some had entered the tomb. Some had touched nothing. Some had only stood close enough to believe. Each death made sense alone. Together they pointed. By the end of the decade, more than 20 people connected to the tomb were dead, and Howard Carter was still alive, which raised a thought no one wanted to finish. What if the curse wasn't random? What if it was waiting? What fear accomplishes better than poison? Scientists tried to stop the panic. They spoke of mold, of fungi sealed for thousands of years, of bacteria awakened by oxygen, aspergillus spores, toxic gases, silent killers with no intention. They weren't wrong. They were incomplete. They explained how, not when, not why, not who. Ancient Egyptians didn't rely on chance. They engineered deterrence. They understood something modern science still resists. Fear spreads faster than disease. A curse does not need to kill everyone. It only needs witnesses. Fear weakens immunity. Stress invites illness. Expectation writes symptoms before the body reacts. Once belief takes hold, the body obeys. The curse that never needed stone. Here is the most dangerous truth. No curse inscription was ever found in Tutankhamun's tomb. The warning was never carved. It appeared later, printed in newspapers, repeated in whispers, accepted without resistance. Which means the curse did not come from the tomb. It came from people. Humans supplied the final ingredient, belief. Once belief takes hold, reality becomes optional. The body reacts first. The mind explains later. Fear never asked permission. The boy king who prevailed. Tutankhamun was weak in life. He ruled briefly. He commanded little. He died young. But in death, he became untouchable. His mask is the most recognized face in archaeology. His tomb reshaped history. His name is spoken carefully. The pharaoh history erased became the one no one dares to disturb again. Not through power, through legend. You did not leave clean. The curse of Tutankhamun may not be magic. It may not be supernatural, but it is real in the way that matters. It proves belief outlives empires. That fear crosses centuries. That disturbing the past has consequences, even when we invent them ourselves. Every time we open the dead, something comes back with us. Not gold, not artifacts, something quieter, something patient. You are breathing now, so is the story. This has been The Lost Past. The door was never closed. Stay here.